second free throw. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Freak, and it's sent back by Drummond. That's good. Boozer's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Freak, and it's off from three-point range. Pistons trail by 20, and the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. Lopez, he's checked in for New York. Henderson comes in for Williams.
Robin Lopez, Gerald Henderson.
Jackson passes to Drummond. They double in with Freak. Harris, shot from 12, and it's Drummond missing. The Knicks leading by 20. Shoots the 3, and it's Freak missing. The Pistons have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And it's Harris off the drive. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. That's now 8 points for Reggie Jackson.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
We've got a moment to see the league leaders in steals. Freak, number 1.
All season long, he's been able to anticipate the pass and knock balls loose and then retrieve them. I mean, it's one thing to get deflections and steals, but you've got to reel it in to complete the play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Morris is checked in for McMillan, and it's Johnson in for Harris. And a switcher also for New York. Anthony's checked in, and pushing it up. Here's New York. Freak with the ball. That doesn't fall. Can't drop his first shot. And stolen by Freak. And oh, here we go with Henderson. Finished off the break.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
And taken away by Johnson. Fast break Detroit. Here's Morris. Anthony with the block. Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. And that one's good by Henderson.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Timeout, timeout.
That'll be a Pistons timeout.
Start it.
Get lost, Pistons!
Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at New York, they've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that number 1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, there's the Pistons. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And right now for the Knicks, I think they've lived up to their billing this season, that's for sure. It doesn't look like they'll be slowing down anytime soon.
Well, they can't afford to. I mean, this is a time of year when you've got to take your game up a notch. As good as they've been throughout the regular season, they've got to get better going forward.
And Drummond kicks to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Drummond dishes to Jackson. Detroit, no good that time either.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Three-pointer, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
For 3.
To be honest, I'm speechless, and that doesn't happen very often. This may be the best shooting performance I've ever seen.
Here's Porzingis, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And chalk up a few more points for them there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Henderson, no one around him. And the Knicks good for 2.
Coach needs to do something to get his team back on D to put an end to these fast break points.
I mean, they are getting run out of the gym. That's 4 straight baskets now in transition.
Here's Freak, and the rejection by Smith. Livingston kicks to Meeks to end the run, and it's sent back by Lopez. A dominating first.
Well, Carmelo, what?
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's just been terrific. This is what they needed from him.
And a double-double in just one half of basketball? You can't ask for anything more as a coach, teammate, or fan.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Detroit, Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with McMillan, and it's Harris in at the 3 spot. Here's Freak, and again, it's New York.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
So for the Pistons, their last game a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, foul trouble early on, I thought, set the tone in that game, and it just made it difficult for them to get over the hump.
Yeah, it really got them out of sync, and that hurt them big time. Forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they would have liked to.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. The Pistons working the ball around now. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket tonight.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
And a wide open look for Freak. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
He's doing it all for them right now on the offensive side. No matter what the defense has done, they haven't been able to find an answer to stop him, and he's had an answer for every defense he's seen.
The 3 ball, and again, New York with the triple.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. I mean, he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far. I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
New York's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Goes back up, and it's Lopez laying it in.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And stolen by Freak. Moving it up. And that one's good by Henderson. Henderson's got 10.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
A different look for New York. Boozer, he's checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Hill in for Gerald Henderson. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Freak. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
And he gets it to go.
They've really caused a lot of trouble with their defense, and it's paying dividends for them at the other end.
Good defense leads to easy offense. No one can question that's the case right now.
Shot's good. Hill's got 4 points now in the quarter.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Jackson has the open look. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
They get it back. Here's Freak. No good from outside. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pass to McMillan, taken away by Williams. And here we go, Freak heading to the... Oh!
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Here's Boozer. Rebound, Detroit.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
A long windup and a strong follow-through on that one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up for sure.
I sure hope not.
From outside the arc, and that one's good. Freak.
What an exhibition he's putting on today. This is about as hot as you can get.
On the wing, Harris. Stolen by Boozer. 3-on-3. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor.
Greenwich also changing it up. Lopez comes in for Sanders. And Freak subbed in for Hill. And New York looking at who they've got. Freak in at shooting guard. Look at that jam.
Settle down now. Settle down.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for New York.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And this isn't one of those mini series either. I mean, this is a 4-gamer. As hard as it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, it's even harder to do it 4 straight.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Freak. What more can you really ask of a guy? I mean, when you come out and get a triple-double, making contributions all over the place.
And the wide-open shot from Morris. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quiet.
And there's not a whole lot for them to be cheering about anymore. I mean, their guys got it handed to them.
Here's the 3. No good. So no problem for New York.